My name is Lindsay Lee Hobson, and I work with organisations to elevate their emerging leaders and create the ultimate next generation of leadership. But what a lot of people still don't know is last year I founded the Learning and Development Forum, where passionate and driven L&D professionals come together to exchange trending topics and innovative ideas and the best suppliers for the 2022 calendar. And today we're joined with one such member. Welcome Kelly Burford, who's the Senior L&D Manager at Deloitte. Welcome, Kelly.
Thanks, Lindsay. I'm excited to be here.
We are very excited to have you because what's brought us together today is you are the keynote speaker for our upcoming conference in the Metaverse. How great is that?
I can't believe we're doing conferences in the Metaverse. This is amazing.
I know. And we'll get to that in just a moment as well. But first, I'd really love to know a little bit about you and share with our audience today and our members who are watching what it's like to be Kelly at Deloitte.
That's a big question. So I am relatively new to Deloitte. So I've only been in the consulting world for a year now, but I've actually come previously from industry. So I was an L&D manager, mostly in retail organizations, and loved it. And so I found the fast pace and the energy and thinking really divergently in retail was exactly what I was wanting out of my career and to be able to give back to the community. And so the chance to be able to do that at one of the big four was something I was never expecting, but loving it so far because I'm able to do what I normally did back in industry, just at a much larger scale and surprisingly faster, which I didn't even know was possible.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting concept because one of the things with L&D is the ability to make an impact, but do it quickly. So that's fantastic. And so tell us a little bit about your topic. You're the keynote speaker and your topic is the future of L&D. But what is it in your day-to-day life that helps you be an expert in that sort of area?
I think for me, it's about always growing and always learning. So for me personally, I love to be able to stay across the latest trends. And I've been doing that for years, listening to podcasts, going to conferences like this one, and also making sure that I'm staying across the latest research that's coming out of universities. The fortunate thing that I've got access to at the moment is our Deloitte Insights Global Library. And so we have incredible talent across the Deloitte network globally. And so I feel really fortunate to be able to tap into some of the insights that we're not only getting in Australia, but also in other countries such as the UK, Canada, America, Netherlands, and Belgium. And so I'll be bringing some of those insights to the conference as well.
Oh, fantastic. And it's such a big topic as well with the future of L&D, especially with everything that's happening in the Metaverse and everything that's happening in the world too. So what sort of areas could you potentially, without giving too much away, be sharing with us in your keynote?
I think definitely showing what's possible and showing what L&D professionals are doing out there and the impact, most importantly, that it's actually having, but also actually giving some practical things. Sometimes I know when I was an L&D manager, you didn't have the biggest budget or you don't have a large team. So what are some things that you as maybe an individual contributor or a small team can actually do right now that can be able to start to shift your learning culture within your organization?
That's fantastic. And one of the things when you and I were chatting pre-conference that really stood out to me about you and what you do is how forward-thinking Deloitte and yourself are as well. Because not only have you got access to all of those trends, but you're out there doing it. Like you mentioned to me that even prior to us coming up with this conference, that you've already been doing inductions and training in the Metaverse, and that's just a day in the life of Kelly, which I thought was incredible because if people out there like you are doing it, it must be something that's accessible and easy for other L&D managers to adopt too, which I think is such a valuable thing to be sharing.
Very much so. And I think we're at a really exciting time within our industry because technology has gotten a lot more cheaper and accessible. I think COVID absolutely has given us an opportunity to be able to approach learning in a different way because ways of working have naturally evolved. And because of that, I think the individual is a lot more open to be able to absorbing learning in a really different way than what they have previously. Like we still obviously have people that associate anything to do with learning is training in a classroom, and that's okay. There's still absolutely a place for that, but it's got to become more meaningful. And so therefore, how can we actually combine the great technology with those meaningful moments that really create the aha that really leads to then behavior change?
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's so easy for any industry, but L&D is no stranger to this either, to have this next big thing like the Metaverse or the next big topic that everybody's talking about, you know, those buzzwords. But at the end of the day, it's about where it fits in your toolkit and where it fits in with what you're able to do. And I love that a lot of the things that you and I have talked about that you'll be sharing at the conference are going to be along those lines. Like, what is it that you actually need and what can you skip to? What's not relevant or useful? Because that's the space you play in, which is just incredible, and we're so excited to have you not only at the conference but part of our forum too. So tell us a little bit about what your experience has been like in the L&D forum as well.
I really loved it. It's been great to be able to just have a collective mindset come together. And we don't necessarily have set topics every time we come together. It means that people can actually ask questions and talk about what's going on in their world, what problems are they facing. And if anyone's actually experienced that, then we can kind of reach out to each other, connect and share our stories. So I really loved being able to be part of the L&D forum and also to be able to just have those connections. I don't know about you, but every time I jump off of a meeting, I always get another LinkedIn request, which is amazing.
Yes, I love that factor too. And I remember one of the first sessions that you were there, and we happened to go into the topic of gamification, and you're like, oh, I know something about that. And you shared a little bit, and it's like, oh, questions, I want to know more. And I loved that so much because that's what the forum is about. It's about connecting and supporting each other as L&D professionals to be the best that we can be, not only as an individual, but for our companies, because that helps people as well in there that are going through difficult times because of everything we've just been through and everything going on in the world. It's such a powerful role to play, and I love so much that we're going into this space, this brand new space for so many of our learning and development forum members. They've never been in the metaverse before, they've never had this sort of experience, so to be able to try that with this community I think is absolutely wonderful. So we are very much looking forward to your session, Kelly. The members and I are very excited, and if you are an L&D forum member watching this, comment below, and if you are someone who has not yet registered, registrations are about to close for the conference, so find the link around this video, make sure you click through, register, share around, the more the merrier, and Kelly and I look forward to seeing you at the conference.